Welcome, everyone. My name is Emilio Garcia. Welcome to the Greenville HubSpot user group. And as for any one of you that is new to these kind of events, we obviously talked about mostly about features and things that you can accomplish on HubSpot on any of the hubs, right? Marketing Hub, Sales Hub, Service Hub, CMS, and they continue to add more and more. Actually, that's some of the conversations that we will have for our next event, which will be about all about inbound, which was last week. I was there. um, and it's incredible how hubs will continue to evolve and increase their offering, both the depth and the breadth of the solution continues to increase. So we will be talking today about marketing automation and artificial intelligence. And I always remind everyone that if you like what we discuss, but you want to cover something else, Gavi and I will be more than delighted to work on some topics that might be of interest to anyone, right? So, for those of you that are not familiar with this whole platform, not different from your Zoom, right? So you can see participants there. You can on the chat put something there. If you want to specifically ask a question, there's a Q&A question, and I will try to answer them at the end. Or if appropriate, I will answer them as we go. um, and um, and I will obviously share my screen. Any question that you might have, feel free to ask. If you feel comfortable jumping in, feel free to do so. Right, we can have a conversation about it. As more as interactive as possible, that's the better. And yeah, let me start sharing my screen here. Um, I think it's gonna be this one. Yes, so you should see my screen now, and I will move this one here. Um, Alrighty, let me close some of this just to focus and open the presentation. I was going. I'm going to tell everyone that while we have an agenda, I'm going to hijack it a little bit because there's very relevant information coming from inbound that I think adds to this topic for sure. So I will change a little bit what we're intended to cover. Hopefully, you will find it valuable for sure. So again, my name is Emilio Garcia. You will find me, mostly on LinkedIn, on the digital space. That's where I usually spend more time. We host this event. We are a demand generation agency. We typically help B2B marketers around demand generation. And we create our own set of content. It's called Demand Gen Studio. I definitely encourage you to check it out if you are a B2B marketer that struggles with marketing programs that generate demand or create demand, capture demand, that kind of thing. Also with me is Gavi. Gavi helps me set up this program every month. And obviously, Gavi, welcome and thank you. And obviously, feel free to chime in if you have any comments on the topic that we're going to cover today. And yeah, let us dive right away into the topic. We will cover a little bit about the synergies that you can have between marketing automation and artificial intelligence (AI). How can you take advantage of some of the new features of AI to improve your processes? And as much as possible, we will jump into HubSpot to show you the places where you can go and see where HubSpot is sprinkling kind of the AI features into the platform little by little, right? And again, if you have a specific questions, just let me know and I will try to cover them. So, ways that you can use AI to implement or improve your marketing automation efforts in general. You can increase customer experience and satisfaction. And we will see that that happens because that personalization that you have access to with marketing automation. Think of, for example, the simplest thing, just put in the first name of someone when you send an email, can be leveraged and improved to so much a higher level using AI, because obviously AI can get context of in specific individuals instead of following specific rules where you cannot react in real time. So that's one big bucket of things that you can do. The second big one is streamline productivity and efficiency, and we will see that that's related to how you manage data, which I think is the one big point of or pain point for marketers as they manage their HubSpot portal overall. You can scale, right? It gives you a scalability where you have something you want to do, and AI can be more hands or more brains into a task if you want to see it that way. And something that I feel very excited about, and I think we are just seeing the glimpses of it, will be insights, right? I think that's where AI is going to shine very much, um, because if AI system has access to the context that your CRM data brings, it will be able to surface stuff that sometimes you will set up through workflows, views, reports. And I call it, like those of you, if any of you like to play like strategy games like Civilization, like is that advisor that tells you, this city is running out of food, you have a threat in the border, you need to do something. So I think that kind of interface, I think that's something that's going to come little by little to all systems, and is going to be quite helpful because it will truly scale the ability of us marketers to provide insights to the management and executive team and act upon them. So I think that's something quite helpful in the future. And so, going to the first one, right? Increasing the customer satisfaction. Obviously, we want relevant emails. We want relevant conversations. We want conversations with context. That's something that is very important. And so, AI can help us do that. HubSpot automation already brings some of that customization on all channels of communication. Think forms, right? Pre-filling content. Think chat conversations where you pull information from the contact and the company, so you provide better answers. Um, think share inboxes and phone calls where you have the context of identifying the phone number or identifying the email, and then bring in if it's a prospect, if it's a customer, if it's someone that is in the process of buying something. But AI can take it a notch higher. And for example, on the chat is right now, the way that you can leverage chat on HubSpot is through the implementation of chat flows, especially for support, where you have to set up the rules about depending on what the person asks, you decide two branches if you're going to send them to marketing or sales. But think about if you connect your knowledge base and the information that you have about your customers and contacts with the chat tool, then it can become more of a natural language, right? So the person will type something and the chat will not answer back. I don't understand your question. This is what I'm truly at. This is the thing that I'm truly asking. It will be more natural because it will behave as a human would, but instead of being a person, will be chat GPT in this case, chat spot. That's how HubSpot is calling this. So I think that is very powerful because you can extend that idea into email. I'm sure that eventually it will evolve into phone calls, right? If you connect something like ChatGPT to a voice system that can do a very good job at mapping the voice of someone to phone call conversations, then you will have something similar to talking to a human, but without the annoying features of an IBR, right? Where you have to pick up selections. And when you say something and the machine doesn't understand because that word is not part of the catalog, those things are going to fade away and it will improve um, the customer experience. So that's something that's going to be very important. Now, the other big bucket is going to be, in general, improving the efficiency of the tech stack and the data that you have. And again, I will show you some examples of how a HubSpot is exploring that already. Um, but in general, is that it will help you with data hygiene because you can discover duplicate contacts, duplicate companies, you can discover opportunities for enrichment, right? And that's happening already a little bit. If you add a contact because someone fills up a form in the past, HubSpot has been able to add information about the company that comes from, B2B databases, which are very structured already, and there's a ton of data complemented that information. But it's not so easy for people, right? Because sometimes you just have the email or the phone number, and you don't necessarily have the latest job title and all that, because you will need information from, let's say, LinkedIn or something like that. But I think AI will be able to bring in more opportunities for merging there, for discovering relationships that you were not aware of, like job changes or people working in multiple companies. So it will help you to keep your database cleaner and improve the overall performance. So I think those are tools that, or those are opportunities that definitely will help you to improve. Um, so again, as I was saying, while there's more things that I will put here on the presentation, I want to jump into some of the things that I learned from inbound that I think very, very helpful, and that will give you some opportunities to explore AI on your own. So the first recommendation, and I will put this on the chat, is navigate to HubSpot products, artificial intelligence. And this is the page that I will be, let me put it here. This will be the page that I will explore into you with you today. And so um, the areas where HubSpot is starting to work, um, are described here. First is the roadmap, and I want to highlight some of the things that they're already doing, and where you will be able to find it. Um, One of the first very obvious opportunities that I have already explored is using Chat GPT to sprinkle content assistance on places where you build up content. So that's already available on the beta. Apologize. So, for example, when you are writing an email, when you are writing a social media post, when you are writing copy for landing pages or even CTAs, you have now access to constant content assistant, that if you give it a description similar to what you do in Chat GPT, it will propose you some piece of content so you can take advantage of that. That's already available. The way that you can go and explore that portion is, let me go to our implementation and show you where. So you go to your portal, and on tools, on the obviously settings, you go to AI assistance. This is the part that is in beta. And if you don't have never joining a beta program, the way that you do that is you click here on product updates, and you go to the early access, and this will show you the beta products that you are available to join in. Most of them are public already, so just go for the AI HubSpot AI one, and you can join, and it will give you access to all the features that are currently in beta for your portal. So going back to this one, right now you are offered two options to take advantage of AI. The first one is the content prompts, right? What I was telling you about, being able to generate content on places where you usually build it: blog, landing pages, website pages, marketing email, even the knowledge base, and obviously social media posts. The second one, where obviously you have to read the terms, because Chat GPT will have to have access to your data to be able to help you, will be to analyze conversations and bring on reports, right? So if you want to make a question that you want to get answered as the form of a report, you can do that, but you have to enable this here, right? And so one quick example of how you can take advantage of this, let me just quickly create an email and select a template. And so now you have the content assistant here, right? So you can create a paragraph, you can create a heading here, and you can set up some settings, which will send you to this section. So let me see if I can make a little test here. right? And so you can say short sentence about the importance of marketing automation. This is no different what you will do on ChatGPT. Just obviously, the only benefit is that you can use this directly on HubSpot, right? So everywhere where you can add content, you can use that assistant, and that's gonna be that's available now, right? You can take advantage of that right now. So I definitely invite you to review that. Some other features that I think are available in that beta that I was showing you, I don't remember exactly at what level they're available. Is that image generation will be part of the AI services, which obviously means that you will have something similar to Wally or these other tools. I forgot the number of Mid Journey that allowed you to create images using prompts. I think that's fantastic because there are many places in Hubs where you need to bring in images. And while you can use the Canva integration, obviously this will work faster to create some images that are not necessarily branded. So, for example, your blog post, some social media images that go to social media posts that are not branded necessarily. So I think you can take advantage of that for sure. And obviously, coming up with lines for emails and social media post captions in general, all of that will be covering the marketing hub. Similarly, content assistant is available in your conversations with email when you are doing sales activities. And some of the things that are coming later on will be forecasting, right? So that inside part that I was sharing on the presentation, if you have access to the deals and you're putting the value, and the HubSpot has access to how long your deals take, then you can start forecasting based on signals about the activities of the contacts, the progression of the deal, and similar things, right? So that will be super, super helpful here. And in Service Hub, as I was saying, you have access. I think that's available already to an AI chatbot, which Dharmesh, I remember, was joking about, or the person that was presenting the product, joking about the fact that the implementation pretty much is you put the AI bot and that's the end of it. You connect it to your database, of course, to your knowledge base, but you don't have to set up any branches. It will respond to what people is asking, and I'm sure there's going to be some rules you got set up, especially if you want to get information about the prospect. But definitely something worth exploring as these tools progress. And you can use constant assistant on the knowledge base, and this one is also quite helpful as well. So the conversation summary will be: imagine that you're having a long conversation through a share inbox or a conversation on chat with the user. And then you want to make a summary to share that conversation with someone else. So AI can scroll through the transcript, make a summary of it, and then you will be able to share it with someone else, right? So um, I'm not sure if we have it available here for us, but let me see if I can find one example. Yeah, it's available already here on the beta, right? So you can read about it for sure. But pretty much, if you have a conversation with someone, you have access to that summary if you have highlight some text, right? Well, it's not working for this one. Email, messenger. Oh, I'll have to take a look at and see how exactly it works. But that is the idea on that one. So also, again, very helpful for you to review. Some of the most exciting things, and actually, as an agency owner, things that I feel are gonna change how we agencies provide some of these services for our clients, are that in the CMS hub, AI is becoming available to help you build websites, right? So through a series of prompts, you will be able to generate landing pages or web pages that will have, some copy, some images on them. So that's pretty exciting, right? I know tools that do that. that are not HubSpots, that has been in the market for years, but they are not obviously part of the CMS. So if you are hosting your website on the CMS, and you don't feel comfortable creating pages on your own, struggle with coming up with copy and coming up with the images and similar things, this implementation will help you over time to build pages. And maybe not a brand new website that has brand consistency, something that a agency will still do for sure. But if you're quickly building a landing page and you already want to use the design that you have already available, that will reduce the time that you will spend on coming up with those pages, and especially the cycle, right? The back and forth with your agency or with your designer to come up with that page. So I think that's also very exciting news. And obviously, there are many, many more things that are part of that roadmap that I definitely recommend you to explore down the road. And again, that AI chatbot is not available yet, but you can join the wait list here, and you can wait for it to be present, right? So explore the rest. You have here some information about social caption generation, website generation, and so you can see how it works on the email writer and similar tools. I think these are great examples to explore and take advantage of the tools. The other big one that if you want to spend some time on it is that they have built a tool that is the integration between ChatGPT and HubSpot, which is called ChatSpot. And the most of the advantage of it will come from you connecting your CRM data to it, right? So you might say, well, I already have chat gpt, Emilio. I don't necessarily need this. Well, the difference will be that these tool have access to your CRM. So you can make questions that go beyond what the knowledge base that chat gpt has already, which we all know is I think it's 2 years old. So it incorporate the information from the CRM, so you can start making questions about your own information, right? Like, here are some examples of the capabilities, like I was saying, the business insights, right? Asking about the competition, but combining that with the information that you have, or asking information about the number of clients, deals open, similar things. And they are providing some templates so you can make some questions, get some ideas, right? About keywords, for example, or marketing, or about research you want to do on domain ownership for companies that you consider your competition. You can work on generating images, so similar combination to Mid Journey there. And again, as I was saying, you can get insights about your own company coming for information from your CRM. You can even do some prospecting activities, right? So um, this will be even for companies and people that you don't have on your own database. So similar to tools like you will do on Apollo or ZoomInfo. So you will have the power to make some of those research and prospecting activities directly on ChatSpot, and obviously store the information about the requests that you have done in the past. So definitely worth checking out. It's still in beta. They keep changing a lot of stuff. And another thing that I know is that is independent of HubSpot. It's highly recommended that you connect it, but you don't have to. So if you are struggling to get access to a tool like ChatGPT on a paid version, this will have some features that are beyond what ChatGPT can do, and it comes for free, right? So definitely worth checking it out. I think sorry that I keep changing my looking for that page. So take a look at it and test it and discover, things that will be helpful for you. So in general, I would recommend that you check out this page and look for the hub that you feel more inclined to discover. What are the opportunities? This is something that is changing. As people at Inbound were saying, we were not talking about in this way about AI on HubSpot 9 months ago. Last inbound, there was almost no sessions about it, and this last inbound was crazy. Everybody was talking about the different implications and all of that. So this is a space that is evolving very quickly, and I definitely think it is worth learning what will be the impact and how it can help us to accelerate the curve, and especially pay attention to all the insight that AI will be able to unlock about your own information. So with that, I will stop sharing, at least for the time being, and see if we have some questions here. All right.
Angela was asking something about how will the content generation be GDPR compliant? Much of the data is not available or able to be seen due to these rules.
Yeah,
I found out a really helpful article about that, explaining once you turn on the GDPR on your account, it will set up like the rules that you have to um, let's just say follow the or the rules are gonna be on.
yeah. It's a very interesting question, Angela, and definitely worth having conversation. And I think that's why you want to. I don't have the exact details, to be honest, but definitely you want to review on the AI section tool that I was showing. You want to review the terms, because I understand your preoccupation. One will be copyright information from the content that you're bringing from chat gpt, right? Which I think is still a gray area. I don't think there's rules in the ground yet for managing. You're truly sourcing from the internet, which is someone created that. And so all that area, I think, is a gray area yet. And it works the other way around, right? You are making, to some extent, available your own information to the broader internet in a way, so AI can make insights or create content for you. So definitely, if you don't feel comfortable, one option is to do it in another portal that it has dummy data, so you can start exploring and looking at the implications. And when the time is right, when when the rules are set in a more clear way, I guess, then you can explore, implement it on your own portal. If your company, obviously, is the kind of company that is worried about the implications for privacy policy and compliance, for sure.
Always HubSpot gives you like a note to this, and they say that well, these features live in HubSpot. Your legal team obviously it is the best resource to give you compliance advice for every specific situation that you might have. So that's just like the way that you should go through it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all that I have for today. I just want to close with an invitation for all of you guys for our next session in October. We haven't launched it yet. We typically have it ready for you to know, but you will get an invitation from Gabby about our October session. It will be all about inbound. Obviously, there was a lot of things that were launched related to AI, but it was not the only thing. So if you're interested in learning about the takeaways from the event, new features, things that transpire from the conversations, my take on the event itself, and how I see HubSpot evolving for the next 12 months, um, feel free to join. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you there. So with that, I think we're done. I thank everyone for joining today, and I hope you have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Emilio.
Thank you, Gavi.